we move to the next video, and the next video is we got some AEW news and also news on the Super Card of Honor, but also we got an update on the WWE sale process, which we will talk about at the end of the video. But first, we got news for tomorrow, in case you forgot. In case you forgot, Adam Cole, baby, who has been gone since, I believe, June of last year due to a severe concussion, is returning to the ring tomorrow night on Dynamite against Daniel Garcia. Adam Cole, I mean, some people thought Adam Cole would not return to AEW, but Adam Cole is set to return to AEW tomorrow on Dynamite with for a match against Daniel Garcia. And I think this is something that a lot of people are excited about for a variety of reasons, because nobody wanted to see Adam Cole retire. So it'll be great to see Adam Cole back in AEW tomorrow night on Dynamite. Speaking of Dynamite, though, next week on Dynamite, April 5th, live from Long Island, New York, Jamie Hayter will be back defending the AEW Women's Championship against Riho, who has been on a hot streak the last couple of weeks, defeating the likes of Toni Storm and Nyla Rose, and winning another match. I forget who she fought, but she's been on a winning streak and gathering some momentum, so that explains the championship opportunity next week against Jamie Hayter, it is good to see that her visa issues have been worked out and she is ready to return to AEW. But now we shift over to another match announced for Super Card of Honor on Friday, March 31st, with the Pure Championship on the line. It is the champion Wheeler Yuta going up against Katsuyori Shibata. Shibata has been somebody that Wheeler Yuta on Ring of Honor's television program has been dishing out the challenge to the dojo people from the New Japan dojo. I can speak properly, I swear. Previously accepted by the likes of Clark Connors, and now Shibata has made his presence felt. Shibata is challenging Wheeler Yuta for the ROH Pure Championship, and this goes along with matches already known. Being Samoa Joe going up against Mark Briscoe, defending the Ring of Honor television title of Samoa Joe. AAA has their showcase match with El Hijo del Vikingo against Commander for the AAA Mega Championship, which is held currently by El Hijo del Vikingo. And also, if that wasn't enough, a match 15 years in the making, it is Claudio Castagnoli defending the Ring of Honor World Championship against Eddie Kingston, a match 15 years in the making. Which is completely insane, but as I mentioned earlier, the last time we spoke about Super Card of Honor, and also, how could I forget the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles, the 5-way for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles, the Reach for the Sky ladder match, for the vacated Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles. As I mentioned in the previous, when we previously spoke about this Super Card of Honor, we also now are missing a championship match for the women's champion, Athena. So you have to figure that match will be announced in the coming days, with Athena more than likely going to be included in Super Card of Honor. But it will be great to see Ring of Honor on pay-per-view once again. But now we shift over as but now we shift over as CNBC's Squawk on the Street, David Faber, commented on what he heard regarding the potential WWE sale. And this breakdown and excerpt from the CNBC article has been given to us by Fightful Select. Thank you to Jeremy Lambert for this article. I know I don't have to go that exact. I could just give the credit to Fightful Select, but either way, what I'm hearing, again, this is from David Faber from CNBC, as per Fightful. What I'm hearing, at least from people familiar with the situation, is it's shaping up to be a pretty good sale process. Some people are saying pretty hot and heavy. Those who were even somewhat doubtful, in fact, that you'd get to a sale in the end, seem less so. Does that mean something gets done here? Unclear. Who is participating? We can all take our various guesses. As previously reported, there has been interest from Endeavor, for example, pursuing what would be a complex transaction in terms of reverse Morris Trust, where they would spin off UFC into a new company and control that company, which would merge with WWE. Sure, they would like to explore that concept. Is there private equity interest in the part of some? Perhaps in partnership with well-known names in the sport. That is a possibility. Does Liberty Media have interest in taking a look? Sure. The Saudis moved heavily into golf, Formula One, which is also a venture that Liberty Media has an interest in, that being Formula One. Would the Saudi Public Investment Fund have interest? Yes, that's a possibility. There may be others. Something has led at least to a number of people. Something has led to at least a number of people close to this to indicate to me that it is not just live, but it's quite well known. It is expected to conclude in a not too distant future. A key here, though, remains McMahon's real willingness to sell. He said, Comcast, my understanding, not part of the sale process. To break it down a little bit before we let it go, again, this is taken from Fightful as per a breakdown from Fightful had the transcript from David Faber's conversation on Squawk on the Street on CNBC. It is interesting to me that the two main focus points of this article are on Liberty Media and Endeavor, and not on Netflix or Disney or Fox or any of the bigger companies. It is alarming to me that one of the focuses is the Saudi public investment firm. I think it would be a horrible decision to sell to the Saudi Arabia public investment firm. From a PR standpoint, from a business standpoint, from a personal standpoint, from a moral standpoint, it would be a horrible idea to sell to the public investment fund of Saudi Arabia, because nobody wants you to. I know that's a horrible idea. That's a horrible way to look at it from a business perspective, but think about the backlash. I believe it was back in January. I could be wrong, but I believe it was back in January when the story came out that WWE sold to Saudi Arabia. And think about the backlash that came out because of that. Think about the fact that there were news articles on this very site, that being Fightful, where Sean Ross Sapp was saying that there were people that would walk out of the company in solidarity if WWE sold to Saudi Arabia. I think it is alarming to me. It is possibly it would possibly be the worst decision that you could do with the sale, to sell to Saudi Arabia from a moral, as I mentioned. But it is interesting to me that the smaller companies that were involved in the participation of this sale conversation were the focus of this CNBC article, and not the bigger companies. Now, I do agree that McMahon's willingness to sell is really the big picture, but also it is interesting to me that Comcast is said to be not interested or not willing to be a part of the sale conversation. I think it is very likely that a company like Warner Brothers Discovery would likely not be a part of the sale conversation either, because of the fact that Warner Brothers Discovery is still ironing out the details of their own merger that took place last year with Warner Brothers and Discovery. But the fact of the matter is, my only point is, would I be disappointed to see Endeavor, a company like Endeavor, purchase WWE? No, because they've proven more than capable to run a company like WWE, an entertainment-based company like WWE, and the owner of Endeavor already represents certain WWE superstars and professional wrestlers. But the fact of the matter is, yes, they would have to spin off the company and UFC because of the fact that they already own UFC. Liberty Media is a company that I have a background in a minor understanding in because of John Maloney and previous research into other things. And also the fact that they were at one point one of the major parent owners of the Atlanta Braves, and actually still have an ownership stake in the Atlanta Braves. I'm a baseball fan, of course I know that. So there is money there. But the fact of the matter is, of the three, who has the most amount of money? Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund. This is something that we will likely hear more about after WrestleMania, and something that we should not be focused on or spend too much time focusing on during WrestleMania season, but I just wanted to share this report with you to get in front of the information. With that being said, this is the end of the news cycle today, and now we move another step closer to WrestleMania and the days we've all been waiting for. Let the countdown continue, and I will see you in the next video.